Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Today we're coming at you with another episode, the first episode of the Garbage Podcast. Here we are with the guest speaker, my friend Ben. How are you doing, Ben?
I'm doing pretty well.
That's good to hear.
Well.
So we're on the bin and we're talking about, topic of today is the, how's it called? The Port Arthur massacre. Happened in Australia. 26 people dead, headshots, all of them. The guy who committed the crime, I forgot what his name was, the perpetrator, he had an IQ of 66. Now, what do you think about that, then?
Oh, that's pretty low IQ.
Pretty low IQ. You know what the average IQ of a chimpanzee is?
Is it 60?
No, it's 85.
Oh, yeah, you told me.
So this guy's IQ was lower than the average. He was dumber than a chimp, and that's literally. And this guy was dumber than a chimp. We're all just supposed to believe that one day he just went crazy, right?
Yeah,
This guy
right. Hey, Lucas.
just went mad, and 26 people killed, 23 injured. You know, in the Columbine school shooting, they killed 13 people, 15 if you count both of them killing themselves. And these were two normal. One of them was a bit smart. They weren't dumb. They weren't dumber than monkeys. They killed 13 people. This guy just went crazy one day, right, and just killed 26 people with headshots. Also, every single kill was a headshot, all in the head. Very extreme accuracy. That's higher than some Olympic shooters. And right after that, guess what happened?
What?
Gun legislation. Guns were taken away from Australian populace. So actually, that event is what fueled guns being banned in Australia. So that's quite interesting, isn't it?
That's pretty interesting.
So what
story
I think,
there, Meme Tank.
what do you think? First of all, I'll start with you. What do you think that is? Do you think? I mean, if the government benefits from something like that, right? One event like that, one easy event. All you have to do is just kill 26 people, and guess what happens? Everyone's rights got taken away. So, what do you think happened? What's your opinion?
Wait, what? What are you saying? Are you saying that mentally challenged person was let free by the government in
No,
order
I
to
think
ban
he was
guns?
a sleeper agent. Do you know what a sleeper agent
No.
is? Oh, I don't know. I don't like Avengers much, but do you know the Winter Soldier? Do you know how there's fright car, bubblegum, and then there's these words that they read out, and then he goes insane and just kills people.
Oh wait, Winter Soldier, isn't that Captain America?
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't really know that much. I've watched
Well, it's basically it's people who are trained to be very precise murderers. It's the type of precise murderer that would kill 26 people, all with headshots. Very suspicious, isn't it? But anyway, yeah, sleeper agents. They're trained to be very efficient killers, and they're sleeper agents because they don't know they're killers until you activate them, and then they awake, and then they just go on a killing spree and just kill people.
So he was. A
So what happens?
agent.
I think this guy was a sleeper agent. Very low IQ. I mean, come on, easier to brainwash. And maybe his IQ wasn't low. Maybe that was he just seemed dumb, but that's because he was brainwashed. And I think they want to take guns away from people, and the best way is you're gonna pull the strings. You're gonna appeal to people's emotions. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna get this guy to kill 26 people, injure 23, just go on a killing spree. So I think this guy was a sleeper agent, and they activated him. They gave him an M16 and a FAL, and just walked around shooting people in the head. I mean, the accuracy of this guy, they interviewed Olympic shooters, and these people said this guy would be better than me if he competed against me. And these are the best shooters in the world, ever.
So where do you think the government propaganded him? From the internet?
No. They.
What do you mean?
It's like they got this guy, and I don't know what they did to him.
Well,
But they did
captured
something.
him.
Yeah, and they did something where it's when I click 3 times and I say the word Sunday night, you're gonna go on a killing spree and kill people. And then he doesn't remember that. But then, I don't know, this guy's on an alleyway or he's in a car, and this guy, sunglasses, suit, inside this car, looks at him. He's like, hey, I don't know his name, but let's say his name's Bob. Hey Bob, listen. He clicks 3 times. So 3 times, and then Sunday night, and then guess what happens? This guy grabs an M16, starts doming people in the street.
Doming people?
Yeah, do you know what that means?
I do know what doming means, actually.
So, most people don't know about this. I mean, I never met someone who talked about that with me, about the Port Arthur massacre.
He's in Australia, though. It's quite obscure.
Yeah, it is in Australia. 26 people dead, that's a lot of people, though.
Yeah, who talks about Australia? What do you talk about Australia? Nobody knows anything about Australian politics.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know, maybe kangaroos and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know.
kangaroos and
What's...
oi mate, that kind of accent, I can't do it.
That's horrible.
Well, that kind of accent, it's time to smoke a fucking pipe. that kind of thing.
Sort of shocking there, Lucas.
Yeah.
Have anything else to share about that one, Lucas?
Let's talk to you for a minute.
Oh, what?
So, what interests you, Ben?
What interests me? That's
Yeah.
pretty open question.
It's pretty
isn't it?
broad.
Yeah,
isn't
pretty
it?
broad, isn't it, Lucas?
I mean, I want to keep it conspiratorial here. Conspiratorial.
What?
The conspiracy theory I'm
Oh,
talking
I
about.
see.
My theory. My theory being this guy was a sleeper agent.
Oh,
Do you think it's possible for someone...
you want me to question that theory?
I want you to think. I want you
Oh,
to
you want me to think about it?
activate your brain cells. And,
Activate the brain?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Lucas.
you know what else activates the brain?
What?
A good walk in the beach. That's what I do
Does
when I'm
it?
feeling sad. I just go to the beach and I walk.
Oh, look, I've got
It's like
surprise.
someone threw some trash in. Well, you know. So what do you think about this shooting? What's your opinion on it? Because I mean, for all I know, my opinion is this guy's a sleeper agent. No way. You give a gun to a chimpanzee, what's he gonna do with it? He's not gonna. He might shoot it, but he's not gonna point it at 26 people's heads and kill them. So a guy with an IQ lower than a chimpanzee's by a factor of 29. What do you think about this?
Well,
Actually, 19.
Probably very, very unlikely that the Australian government is committing genocide on its own people.
Well, it's pretty unlikely that a
I
guy
would
with an
say.
IQ of 66 would do that, isn't it?
Yeah, but some people with low IQs can still be good at shooting, can't they? Like natural instinct, I don't know.
Well,
Mental challenge instinct. stuff.
motor skills are a very big part of intelligence, I think. I mean, it's pattern recognition, motor skills are two large things. And motor skills are necessary to be a good shooter. You need to aim a gun well and pull the trigger when you have to. So what do you think?
Shooting a gun's easier than driving a car, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because you just
much.
point and shoot.
Yeah.
So maybe use instinct based. I don't
Also
know.
reloading, you need to, be really good at reloading really fast because you didn't just kill 26, you injured 23. So that's, 49 people. So, on the terrorist attacks we saw in Nice last year, the guy rammed a truck and he killed 50 people. That's a truck ramming into a very large crowd. And even with a big thing, hitting big things, you only managed to kill 50 people. But this guy managed to hit 49 with bullets.
Yeah, but did he have any practice before? Like, do you
If
think?
he was a sleeper agent, they would train him to be very efficient, and he'd be like a machine.
No,
He'd be-
I'm saying if he wasn't a sleeper agent, do you think?
You could, but it would
gun
take
practice
years.
or stuff
It
maybe.
would take years, and if you have an IQ lower than a monkey's, it would be hard.
Maybe he's a gun enthusiast, so I don't know. Maybe he shot all the time, so he got really good at it because he went
Mm.
shooting with his parents or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe he's naturally like that.
Yeah.
Maybe some people are. Some serious people. Really good at shooting.
Yeah, well, what makes me think as well is that even if this guy wasn't a sleeper agent, this guy was just, walking around and one day he just popped. Like this guy just, he burst his bubble, if you will, and
If you
he
will.
let the monster inside of him out. And that makes me think, like everyone probably has a killing machine inside of them. And sometimes it just comes out. That's an example of it. And I think that's what the sleeper agent training is. I mean, they just try to bring out the ruthless killing machine inside of a person, and they let it out and just kill people, Well, anyway, what's your opinion? I mean, on the you've already given your opinion on the topic. haven't you?
I've given my yes. I have.
So the thing is, how's your day been?
Today.
Yeah,
It's been an average day. Yeah,
Average
today
day.
Is this day's go.
in a bin, average. Yeah.
Well, this has been a bad end to the day, but
Oh,
apart
bad.
from
Why?
this-
You got a comfy? Hey, record the.
What?
So people can see how this is.
I've recorded a bit around. Showing off
See?
the bin a bit, yeah.
So look at this. Take a look at that. I'm gonna leave my spot so you can just see it. Look how comfortable that is. I'm not kidding. I would live in a bin if I had to.
It is actually quite comfortable.
It is quite comfortable, and
Surprisingly
it is
comfortable.
Yeah, it is, and it's warm. When I see homeless people sleeping on the street on the floor, I'm like, why would they do that? I'm
You
thinking right
feel
now.
bad for them. You're like, the bin. Great.
Yeah, I'm like, go to the bin. I have a house. I feel comfortable in a bin. Why would you not?
Yeah, no, it's quite good.
Next
I
time
was
I see a
surprised.
homeless person, I'll tell them, hey, check out the bin. It's the best.
Yeah,
I like it.
Might offend him a bit if you do that, but
No, I'll go with them. I'll show them the ropes.
oh, you're going to the bin with him.
Yeah.
First
Maybe
time
I'll
you-
interview him. Maybe I'll have a garbage podcast with a homeless person.
Fans will be looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
I can tell
Hope
that.
you guys look forward to that. But anyway, talking about sleeper agents, you've played the game Call of Duty Black Ops 1, haven't you?
I have indeed, great game.
See, Call of Duty games aren't known for the great stories, but I think Black Ops 1 is one of the greatest stories like any military games can have.
It does have a very good story. It's a
It
very
really
good
is.
game, I think.
Very good game.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, you know where a sleeper agent is, right? Like Mason is one. Is it
Is
George
it?
Mason?
I don't
I
know what's for. I don't know that much. I can remember details. Played that a long time
you know,
ago.
Steiner.
Oh,
Makes
is he? Oh, yeah, I know. You mean like the words and stuff?
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
numbers. The numbers are real, Mason. They've always been real. That. And, you know, Mason, what he does, Steiner brainwashes him, opens up his head, fills it with, you gotta kill JFK. But then what happens is, Reznov swaps the coding, basically, the conditioning. And what he does is he makes him kill Steiner. And, Dragunov, what's his name?
I think it's Dragunov.
What?
You mean
Dragunov's
the
a
main
sniper
one?
rifle. Dragorovich or something?
I don't know. Some random Russian.
Steiner?
Maybe it starts with a D.
Yeah.
Kravchenko.
Kravchenko,
He's
yes.
a tough one.
Yeah, and
I can remember what the last one was called.
Woods jumps into him at the end.
Yeah. But then he comes back and Black
Yeah,
Ops 2.
comes back.
He's a bit rubbish.
Mm-hmm.
But
Should have died in
wha-
Berlin.
Whatever.
No, it's the bit where Reznov, he's like, where his friend gets gassed. And he's like, oh, he should have died in Moscow, that's what he says. Because his friend gets killed in a gas chamber, and he's like, oh, he should have died in Moscow. Now he died like a rat. But anyway, we're talking about,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what a sleeper agent is. So I think that with this guy on the shooting, going back to the shooting, I think that somebody just got, you know, the numbers or whatever.
The numbers.
Yeah. Or, you know, with Mason it's numbers. With this guy,
Are
probably
you,
like
are you
a very...
sure that's a thing? Not
It
just
is a
like
thing.
in.
Do you know what MK Ultra is?
No.
MK Ultra is a project the CIA had to basically mind control.
Didn't that fail or something?
No,
Or did that
well,
work?